What's up, everybody? It's Clint from the Diehard MMA podcast. This show was filmed exclusively for odds.com. Make sure you click the link below, check it out. Make sure you drop a like, and good luck on all your action.
Next up, we've got Justin Tafa taking on Carlos Boy Felipe, and this is a really fun fight. So heavyweights, Carlos Felipe 9-1, Justin Tafa 4-1. Carlos, a guy I can't stand. He's one that his attitude, the way he kind of does this at his opponent mid-fight, there's just something about him that bothers me. He's a little too high on his own brand for what I've seen from him in the cage, but there's no disputing the fact that he's improving. He's got fast hands, good boxing, very athletic for a big boy, great head movement, and a really long jab. I like the way he works the body. That's something to me that's super important. You see higher level fighters, they chip away at their opponents by working the body, working the gas tank. And he's taken on Tafa, who's just short on experience. That's the big thing for me. He's only 4-1, finds himself in the UFC, and he finishes all of his fights. He's knockout or bust. His one loss was a big knockout loss to Yorgan De Castro when he got a little over anxious, couldn't find his spot, rushed in, and he really paid for it. I don't know if Felipe has the crushing knockout power to make Tafa pay for a mistake like that, but I do think that Felipe is the better technical striker of the two. So if this thing is going to continue over a 15-round fight, I feel like we're looking at maybe two different results here. We've got a -200 favorite line on Felipe, about +170, +160 comeback on Tafa. I'm kind of feeling dog or pass again, but I feel like it's Felipe by decision or Tafa by knockout. Those seem to be kind of the two results that I can feel this fight coming to. Gianni, do you have anything on this one?
I think it's Felipe by decision. I really do. And I will rarely bet heavyweight bout and expect, for it to go to distance or the over. Close 73% of the time it doesn't. But with that said, I think this is a great spot for that over 1.5 rounds. Again, when fights end, there's a 30% chance of it ending in round 1. By round 3, that's cut into half. There's less than a 15% chance of a finish by the time it reaches round 3. So that's why I don't mind betting the unders. Even if I expect a finish, I don't mind the unders 1.5. And if I like an over, there's even more value there. And because this is a heavyweight bout, I think that's why you're getting that 1.5. I agree with you. I don't think Big Boy's got that power like De Castro did to get Tafa out of there quickly. The only problem is you're going to be holding your breath for 7.5 minutes with heavyweight. I mean, that's the bottom line. It was like, You're going to hold it for 7.5 minutes. You will be holding your breath. But some of the hardest bets to make end up being the easiest to cash, and the easiest to make are the hardest to never cash. You know what I mean? The ones you're most confident about, you're like, what happened? And the ones you're afraid of end up cashing easy. As far as the -200, I do think he wins this fight 2 out of 3 times. I don't see with Tafa, it's like what you said, where Tafa has to finish him. Like, you know what I mean? All right, he's a southpaw, not a lot of volume, less than 4 significant strikes per minute. He is accurate. That's one good thing. But I don't see him getting Felipe out of there. I really
Felipe's
don't.
got a hell of a chin on him.
Yeah, he's boxed as well. So, I think it's going to be hard to land flush on him. I just think he's going to be able to extend this fight past 7.5 minutes. And if he does that, it's a high probability it goes to a decision. Like I said, you get out of that first round, it's highly likely you're going to go to a decision. I mean, more times than not, at least. And I think this gets out of the first round, and I think we get an over 1.5. And I like the Felipe side. I just haven't been ready to fire the -200 yet. But believe it, I am getting close, because the path to victory seems to be one way for Tafa. And the more I'm seeing of Felipe's boxing, I'm just not sure he's going to land that punch. Like, if that's your way to win and you're not going to land it, I'm, in boxing all the time. The Bronze Bomber we just saw it with. Yeah, you got that killer hand, but if you don't land it, Fury's going to walk you down.
I'm right there with you. And like I said, I don't know why, but I just don't like Carlos Felipe.
I know
And
what you mean. I know what
you gotta cut that out when you're betting, though. And I've been staring at it, going, I need to bet this guy, even though my personal view is getting in the way. But I like that over, even at minus 155. It's so funny. We're so trained that with the heavyweights, it's knockout, 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 and these guys go over 1.5 all the time.
Yeah.
The over 1.5 in the heavyweight fights is a spot that I really like.
Makes sense.
All right, we got another potential spot there, side and total. We're getting some good info here. We got 197 live viewers. What's up, everybody? I see a lot of people jumping in the chat. I am trying to keep up here with my guest. I apologize that we're not doing as much of the interaction, but got to give the shout out here on that one. Thank you.